Too often people think of history as a settled subject, and all there is for us to learn from what we already know. But the truth is that humanities research concerns how we know what we know, and it's still possible to make new discoveries about the past. Sometimes the research we do turns up stories that were not known or not widely known before. That was true of my book, Sweet Taste of Liberty, which uncovered the story of a formerly enslaved woman who sued for reparations after the Civil War and actually won the largest known sum ever awarded by a U.S. court in restitution for slavery. That's just one example of how unpredictable the past can be. And when we learn something new about the past, it usually leads us to think about familiar sources in new ways and ask new questions of what we thought we already knew. I think of my research as similar to what my colleagues who work with the Space Telescope tell us about the origins of the universe. The more they peer back into time and the outer reaches of space, the better they understand what we are made of and how the universe works today. And the same is true of the human world. When we go to the archives, we better see how we've gotten to where we are. Right now, my research concerns where we came from as a university and how we've gotten to where we are at Rice. I'm one of the co-chairs of Rice's Task Force on Slavery, Segregation, and Racial Injustice, so I spend a lot of time in the Woodson Research Center and Fondren Library. This work took us through ledgers from before the Civil War and uncovered new details about the connections between our founders, including William Marsh Rice, and the system of enslavement that drove much of the economic growth of Texas and Houston in those years. But it's also taking us through much more recent materials where we are still learning new things about the experiences of the first Black students at Rice. What we're learning raises for me new questions that will probably send me back to the archives in search of an answer.